Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Today, we're going to look here at our work. If you go to our classroom, week 9. So we have the 30th of October, more fractions with money. And you'll find here many different things. Some of the stuff I went on in class, but it'll be the one that has your name with the money fractions number 2 jam. So let's open that up. Here it is. We have 3 questions here. Each question has 2 fractions that are either being added or subtracted with different denominators. So this is a 10th, this is a 20th, half, a 10th, 20th, 10th, 4th. So we see some of them again and again, but let's go ahead. We're also going to open up the money value fractions sheet. Many of you have tried to request access for this sheet. You actually don't need access for this sheet. All you're doing is looking at it, and it will help you figure out which coin we're thinking of. Also, you'll need to open up the fractions app. That's this one. We're going to take screenshots to post into our Jamboard. So let's get started. 1/10 plus 7/20. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with our fraction app. I'm going to use the bar. The first one is 1/10, so I'm going to do 10 parts. I'll color one of those red. And then I'm going to do the operations to get my plus sign. Bring that over here. 1/10 plus, let's take a look, 7/20. So the next bar is going to have 20 pieces. Denominator of 20, and it has 7. So a trick here is if you hit this, it tells you what portion they are. So let's go ahead and take orange. We need 7/20, and then you can actually just drag it over. There you go. 1/10, 7/20. There you go. So to do your screenshot, you're going to hit Control, Shift, and then the square button. Drag your crosshairs over. You might not be able to see my crosshairs right now, but I am dragging and covering those. There's my camera. Go click copy to clipboard. But for me, I have to actually just drag it in myself like that. I'm not using a Chromebook. Here we go. Resize it. Throw it right there. So there's my image. Now let's jump into the actual math here. So let's do the fraction. We're going to try to find, it says use fractions of a dollar to solve these. So we're doing everything in hundredths. 1/10, let's look at our coins. 1/10, that's a dime. You need 10 dimes to equal a dollar. Each dime is 10 cents, 10 1/100ths. So we can change 1/10, we can make it 10 100ths because a dime is 1/10 of a dollar and it's 10 100ths of a dollar. These two numbers, 1/10 and 10 hundredths, they are actually the same number, just expressed in 2 different ways. So 10 100ths. Now you look here and you see 7/20, and you might be thinking to yourself, wow, 7/20, I do not know what to do with that number. Well, you start by thinking, well, a 20th, what coin do you need 20 to equal a dollar? Well, you need a nickel. 20 nickels equals a dollar because each nickel is 5 cents. Each nickel is 5 100ths of a dollar. And 5 times 2 is 10, so 5 times 20 is 100. So we know that each nickel is 5 100ths. Let's go back here. Is it 1/20th? No, it's 7/20. This fraction here says 7 nickels. So if each one's worth 5 cents, 7 nickels, 7/20 is going to be 35 cents or 35 hundredths. Now we're in really good shape. We have 2 fractions. They have the same denominator. Like I said in class, you cannot add or subtract fractions if the denominators are not the same. Because the denominator will stay the same for each. If they're the same, then in the answer it will also be the same. So whatever answer we have here will also be in hundredths. 10 hundredths plus 35 hundredths. Well, we take the 10, the numerator, 10 plus 35, which is 45. And we do not add the denominators. If the denominators stay the same, because that's how many pieces there are in total, 100 cents, 45 100ths. Now, we can remember from the previous lesson to write this in decimals as we think of their place value. 10 100ths as a decimal is written like this, 0.10. So this is 10 in the 10th, 1 in the 10th place, and 0 in the hundredths, 10 hundredths. Plus 35 hundredths, same idea, 0.35, 3 in the tenths, 5 in the hundredths, 35 hundredths equals 45 hundredths. Same idea there. 45 hundredths. Great. That's our first one done. Let's take a look at the second one. This one's a little bit easier. 1/2 minus 1/10. Let's head over to our fraction app and let's rewrite this. So what did I say here? Minus 1/10, great. So I can save this one, just pop it over here. I'll delete this one. Put that there. Let's take a look. 1/2. So now we're gonna make a new bar. This bar has 2 parts. Bring it down. And one of them, let's make this one green. And that's good. So 1/2 plus 1/10. Is it plus? No, it's minus. So let's go ahead and take that, make a minus. Done. Bring that over. Click on that, delete that one, bring the minus up. 1/2 minus 1/10. And in some ways, if you think about it, it's just 1/2, and then you're taking that much away because you're subtracting it. If you were to see it visually. Let's do our screenshot. Control-Shift, square button. Catch it with the crosshairs. You might not be able to see them. There they go. Back to our Jamboard. Let's add this picture in. Resize it. There you go. And let's give this one a try. It looks like I'm going to have to resize some stuff. We don't have quite enough room. There, that should be good. 1/2 minus 1/10. Well, let's think about it. What coin is 1/2? That's our half dollar here. 1/2. We know that half of a dollar is 50 cents. So 50 100ths. Let's go ahead, take our text box. 50 100ths. And then we're going to subtract 1/10, which we actually already did previously. We know that 1/10 is a dime, 10 cents, or 10 100ths. Right? Now with our subtraction, it's the same idea. As long as your denominators are the same, you just do the operation for the numerator. So 50 minus 10. So you take 50 in your head and go down 10, you get 40 hundredths. There is our fraction solved. And decimal, same idea here. So 50 hundredths minus 10 hundredths. I mean, honestly, you could actually also say 5/10 and 1/10 here, because 5/10 is like 5 dimes, right? 50 cents. So 50 hundredths minus 10 hundredths equals 40 hundredths. Great. All right. Now don't get too scared for our last one. Yes, we have 3, but totally doable. So we know the 20ths is a nickel. We know the 10ths is a dime. But what's the 4ths? Well, if you say this number out loud, you typically will say 1/4. Oh, you're like, oh yeah, a quarter right here. It's 1/4 of a dollar. 1/4 of all the cents in a dollar is 25 hundredths, 25 cents. So we can do our first fraction. Actually, I'm a little bit out of time here. So we got 25 hundredths. Now we're going to subtract our 3/10. Oh, whoops, sorry here. So 25 hundredths, just going forward. We'll leave that there, just to give us a reminder. Let's go back to the fraction app. So 50 20ths. We're going to take a new bar. We're going to make it out of 20. 15 20ths. Let's go ahead. We'll make it blue. And there we go. 15 of those. Hold on one second. Let me close my window. That's better. Okay, 15/20ths. And we're going to subtract here 3/10. So we have a new bar, 10, 3/10. And let's do another bar, subtract. Let's see what it is here. 1/4. So we make our new bar with 4 pieces and pop that in right there. One-4. Make that purple. There we go. Now we do our screenshot. Crosshairs, catch it all. Come back here, let's add it in. Resize it. Right there. Now we can remember that 25/100ths when we do our fraction down here. All right, so 15/20ths. When you look at this one, it might feel a little overwhelming. We know that our nickel is 1/20th. So 15/20ths, this is 15 nickels. So in order to make this sense, how many cents is 15 nickels worth? Well, that's going to be 15 times 5 cents, right? So that's 75 cents or 75/100ths. Now we're going to subtract 3/10, which we know is 3 dimes. So minus 30 cents, which is 30 hundredths. And we have 1/4, which we said right here was 25/100ths, 25 cents. Let's make this box a little bit bigger. Might have to resize it. So 75, the way that I dropped this into order of operations. So what I did was I took the pen here, so I can see which one. I'm going to do 75 minus 30 first. Grab a new toolbox. So 75 minus 30 is 45/100ths minus 25/100ths, because I'm still going to keep, I still have to bring down that one. Take my pen again. 45/100ths minus 25/100ths. Well, this will give us, 5 brings us down to 40, and 20 brings us down to 20. This will give us 20/100ths. 20. This is our solution there. Let's go ahead and let's do it for decimals. So for decimal, we'll go ahead and say 75/100ths minus 30/100ths minus 25/100ths. And this one, since we've already solved, we know is 20/100ths. And that is all the work for this assignment. There were 6 points, 1 point per, 1 point per thing, and there were 3 things. And there were actually, this is worth 9 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all together. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this helped you solve this assignment for you. And good luck. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me.